Welcome to the Temple of She podcast, a virtual overflow of our ceremonial spaces. This is a sacred and slightly wild space where we gather to nourish and share all things sisterhood, womanhood, and beyond, guided by magic, curiosity, and laughter. Our personal medicine, the healing power of the voice, deep listening, and truth spoken from the heart. Your hosts, Grace Lightlooper and Beth Cycle Witch, are here to hold the waters, stir the cauldron, and keep this ceremony moving through sound and story. So take a breath, soften into the flow, and welcome to our temple.
Okay, this is episode 10.
Oh, we're recording.
Cake episode! Yes, that's what I was saying.
Cake episode!
We'll cut it in there. We're faffing with some flamingos.
We are.
Episode 10 though, we just realised.
Oh my god.
Hooray!
Cake episode.
Cake episode!
I made cake last night, but...
You made a microwave one, didn't you?
Yeah, I made a microwave mud cake because I really wanted chocolate cake and ice cream.
It does the job though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
Looks alright.
Mm.
Here we are, episode 10.
And I'm remembering to look into the camera.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll... Yeah, that's it. Let's sit like this.
There we go.
All right.
Hi.
Now I feel like more live and kicking vibes. I feel like there's a part of me, like my inner child, that wanted to be a TV presenter.
Yeah,
feel like.
I can see you. Yeah,
Just,
definitely.
especially in the 90s, they were all like bang on it, weren't they? They were off their trolleys.
Yeah. I think
Absolutely
there was a lot of
mental. A lot of the
snow
old,
going on around that time
the
in
old-
TV.
Yeah. I think, yes, there was. Yeah. Oh, we did actually recently watch some reruns on YouTube of Live and Kicking, and it is absolutely mental.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but like, I mean, good for me though, because that matched my energy as a child. That kind of like, but yeah. Anyway, I'm waiting for
Back
your,
on track.
I'm waiting for your. We'll revisit that again at some point.
Oh,
But no, you're like
Temple
no.
of She bingo.
We're not. Oh, I still want to do that. I really want to do it. Maybe tonight when Nikki's home, we'll get some, because we got to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got loads of bingo words,
Yeah.
and we've got a few crossovers.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
All right.
All
okay.
right, let's go.
Episode 10. Grace.
Episode 2.
What are you doing this weekend?
Well, funny you should say that, because I am facilitating a full-day voice medicine retreat. So this is going to be the longest thing I've ever done of its kind. I've done like the odd voice workshop here and there, a couple of hours long, but this is a full day's worth. And I'm so excited because whenever I'm in any kind of singing space or voice workshop space, there's never enough time basically, like to really get into the mechanisms and the activations that come with what I want to facilitate. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do a whole day so we can go through every single step and really dive deep into voice medicine.
So excited. Okay, so Grace, what is voice medicine?
All right, seeing as you asked, just loving these flamingos.
Wait, for those of you
Oh,
on
yeah.
Spotify, we have 2 of my daughter's flamingos,
Yeah.
which were actually gifted to her from our old
God.
housemate.
Oh.
But we're all in a very warm colour palette today, so it just
Yeah.
kind of looks really cute,
It
doesn't
just
it?
feels, it's just a lot of love in the room.
Yeah.
And I've just nicked the rest of my cacao and then press record. So I am.
Good luck, listeners.
That's what they were all on Live and Kicking, cacao. I don't think so.
Okay,
Anyway,
back to it. What is
come on.
voice medicine,
Okay,
Grace?
voice medicine. Okay, so it's way deeper than just singing to feel good. Voice medicine is reawakening those ancient parts of us, especially as women. Men have this too, but I'm not here to facilitate for men, so I don't have those body parts. But as women, we would have devoted ourselves with our voice. We would have weaved magic with our voice. We would have shifted through timelines for our own healing with our voice. We would have used our voice to connect to spirit, to connect to our own energetic systems, to cleanse our energy, to heal our traumas, to perform healing on other humans. We would have used our voice. So it's a process of moving out of our head. This is why I currently have my eyes shut as I'm talking, because there's a part of me that is channeling this information. We're moving out of our head and into our heart. So as a society, as a timeline that we're all on right now, we're all used to communicating in this way with these words that we have learnt, that we are remembering in our brains. They're very mechanical, it's very monotone, and almost linked to the last podcast when we were saying about someone could say the words, "You made me feel upset." But if their energy behind it is, "You made me feel upset," the words are almost irrelevant, because it's all about the energy. And the sound that comes out of the mouth is the vehicle for that energy. So it's really a process of moving from our heads. So we've got a very strong connection with our voice and our heads, our voice and our minds, our thinking minds. So moving gradually down into the heart body and giving the felt sense, the sounds. And when we start to do this, we can tune in to all sorts of magic. And when I say magic, I mean we have the ability to heal deep, deep traumas. We have the ability to literally quantum shift, to feel our way into past versions of ourselves, give them a voice. And once we give them a voice, that is the act of unconditional love to that part. It's seen, it's heard, it's vocalized, it's reloved, it's no longer taking hold on us. There's something else I was going to say around that. Okay, I can't remember at the moment, so I'm going to stop until something else comes through.
Okay. I'd love to add to that from my experience. Just, I know you know this, but for the listeners' sake. For me, when we use voice medicine, it's also a way of connection to sing with others. And when we really sink into that connection, we forget our oneness and we step into our we are one connection, but also it's a vehicle for celebration and joy, and it's so powerful and healing for the hurt parts of us and for the traumas and anything that's locked away to be able to come forward. But it's invariably ends up being a celebration and coming together to transmute back to love. So
yeah, thank you for explaining that deeper as well. And the process that I take people through is to really to meet those deeper parts and give them a voice. And then once we do that, the energy just always naturally starts to elevate and celebrate itself through the voice, doesn't it? And we can give a voice to everything. And the thing that I've been shown, which is the simplest formula that I've been shown with regards to the voice, is the more comfortable you are with vocalizing your pain, your quote unquote uglier sounds, the sounds that may have scared you as a child. The more comfortable you are with vocalizing those, the more expansion you're going to find in your voice, in your connection to the higher realms, the realm of the heart, the realm of spirit, the realm of love. And this is an absolutely foolproof method that has never failed. It's just as simple as diving deep, vocalizing what's in your shadow, really, and then that will expand itself back into love, as you said. And it's interesting because I was working with someone the other day, and someone that I know quite well, and she said to me, and it really surprised me, and I need to remember to always say this in my workshops now. She said, but I've never had any vocal training. I've never been a singer, so I'm finding it hard to make the sounds that you're making. And I'm paraphrasing what she said, but I was like, right, okay, this is something I need to be so clear on, because I have never had any singing training. I've sang for a hobby for a while, and as a child, my voice was very shut down. I was terrified of making sound. I was terrified of singing. I have not come from a singing background. I have not come from any kind of performance. Every single aspect to my voice has been a byproduct of me being able to vocalize my pain in breathwork journeys, in ceremony, in healings, just on my journey of healing. Even to the point where I now have vibrato in my voice, that ability to be able to slightly bend the pitch and hold those notes. I was never able to do that. That has literally come from the exercise of vocalizing how I'm feeling. It all comes from that, how I'm feeling. And also when we start to vocalize from the lower 3 chakras, which is where our stuck energy is stored, our trauma, our ancestral energy, that actually roots us, that actually grounds us, that sets us up as a really solid foundation for any kind of higher frequencies that might want to move through us from the heart or from spirit, if that's the direction that you want to go in with your voice.
What would that sound like?
What sound exactly?
Vocalizing from those lower 3 chakras.
So I've got a bit of a cough. Hang on, let me just cough.
And I'm asking questions just because I'm like, oh, this is what the viewer might ask.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Obviously, everybody has their own voice and their own sound, and it can be really different and it can be really vast.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But Grace, what would you say are like signifiers?
I'd say
for the lower 3, and how does it sound for you?
I'd say first and foremost, and every single question you ever ask me comes back to the same answer. First and foremost, it has to be a feeling, because quite often I'll get people come to me and they think they have to sound a certain sound to come from a certain energy center, and it's almost like this relentless reminding to others of feel it, just keep feeling it, just keep feeling it, and your body will let you know. But having said that, once you've got that, you've got to make sure you've got that concept first. Once you've got that, then you can recognize that there are certain sounds, there are certain themes that run through the energy centers. So just to break it down, I will refer to the energy system in the 3 cauldrons. So the lower cauldron is the lower 3 chakras. Middle cauldron is the heart chakra. Upper cauldron is the upper 3 chakras, as you know, because you've worked with me loads. So we're going to be talking about the lower cauldron. And your question was what kind of sounds to expect from the lower cauldron. So this is our center of like our ancestors, our primal energy, our inner child, the energy that's been maybe hidden away, the energy in our shadows. So it's normally going to have kind of rhythm, like a depth, a darkness, and it's going to have these real deep sometimes those sounds might want to move through. Sometimes it will literally be a guttural like a real like emotional release. Sometimes it might be like a more controlled tone. And this is the center as well, where you really want to be feeling the expansion of the jaw, like opening, really allowing that, and all of the darkness, you know. We're really, what we're doing here is we're familiarizing ourselves with the darkness, in that the darkness lives within us, and the darkness is where the light is born. And to give that a voice. And it's really important in this process when we're starting off in the lower quadrant that we're not bringing through a song. The song is always the byproduct of doing the voice work. Yeah.
I find it really interesting what you said about you, those sounds and those vocalizations coming from the feeling. As somebody who's been on this process with you for quite a long time, but couldn't, like, really struggled to access that for a long time, and even now sometimes really struggles to access that, I found that sometimes the sound leads me to the feeling. Like, just, you know, when we start going into breath and just letting that sigh come out, and then just my process will often start with that long, slow, low, prolonged sound.
Yeah.
I've found at times that, like, that, just letting that sound pour through me then takes me into the feeling.
Yeah.
And like, even when we were at your singing circle recently, and we ended up doing like the tapping on the floor, and we a few members called through some like really animalistic sounds. When we all started doing that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling this now. So I think in my process, from what I've been learning from you, is this kind of like getting out of my own way.
Yeah.
Like, just let the sounds come out. And I love what you said at the beginning as well. Like, talking is very heady, and it's actually really monotone.
Yeah.
You know, if all we ever do is talk, it's such a small range of sound. And I love it when we really go into these things and it's like, whoa, there are so many more sounds. Think of all the languages in the world, all of the singing styles and representations from different cultures of sound, and they're so vast. You know, like, that really comes through within these spaces, like this real, like, wait, there is so much more that we can bring through with just this amazing bag of bones and meat.
Yeah, I know. I know, and it's like the thing that I see, probably one of the most common things I see and experience is the range of sounds that want to move through someone. And these are those ancient parts of us that, you know, before we communicate from our head, we would have communicated with our energy, psychically, and through light language. I can go into a bit about light language if you want to as well. And I see the moment, because of my human design, I'm fucking going to say it, because of my human design, my emotional center is directly linked to my throat center. So I have an ability, and I love it. I'm so lucky. I have an ability to sense what someone wants to say or sound before they even know it themselves, which is so cool, and I love it.
Oh, have you ever been caught out thinking you know what somebody's going to do, and then you're like, whoa, where did that come from?
No, I don't think I have, actually, which is really reassuring for my superpower. So what I often see is the expansion of what wants to move someone through someone, say an ancient chant or something. I can almost see that point where their body is almost almost like convulsing. It's like there's like these ripples, these waves kind of moving through the spine of like, I'm gonna go, like an orgasmic energy. It's the same energy, isn't it? That orgasmic energy of like something big wants to move through me, and the brain is like, don't let it. What's it going to be? I don't know what this is. This seems really unfamiliar. And then all of a sudden, this like beautiful chant just like bursts out, and then you see in their eyes as they're singing, their eyeballs are like, is this really coming out of my mouth? And that is one of my favorite life experiences, I think, is like witnessing that moment when a song is like awakened through someone, and they think they've never experienced that before, but something awakens, and that moves through.
Oh, I love that. Question.
Yes.
So say you are in a voice activation workshop, and you have somebody who is, either end of the spectrum, unable to step out of that really, really, really low space, or come straight in with like a really high-pitched vibrato, and they can't quite get out of it and reconnect through their spectrum. What does that tell you?
Oh, I love this question. Because this is something that I learned early on in the journey with the voice, and I really applied it to myself, and I still do, and I witness it, and it really excites me. So if you meet someone who, quite a few men you'll notice do this, when they like communicate from down here, and they talk from this place, and it's like really, really low, and you can almost hear the restriction on the throat, on the vocal cords when they communicate from that place. So someone's predominantly communicating from their lower centres. For me, that tells me that they have a lot of energy down here, a lot of perhaps healing to do, a lot more expression from down here, authentic expression wants to happen from down here, so that they can then soften and feel safe in their heart, and then that a byproduct of vocalizing whatever it wants to come from down here, releasing that, reloving that, vocalizing that, they'll be able to eventually from down here really like soften and actually start to speak from up here a bit softer and nicer and lighter. And so what I would say in that situation is that person probably could benefit from a space of more compassion for themselves. They probably would benefit from more softenings, because that to me indicates that something wants to be vocalized. I think this is the case for all quote unquote blockages, but something really deep wants to be moved through and held with compassion in particular. And again, the other way around, which is something that we hear a lot of women doing, and I definitely fell into this category and still do sometimes, is when you meet people and they're all up here and hi, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, it's been ages since I saw you. Oh, and all of the energy is up here, almost not even in the body. It is like above the body. It is like helicoptering around like crazy. It's what I would say is ungrounded. And I noticed this within myself when I used to meet people or even voice note. I would do that. I'd be like, hi, how are you? Hi. And it'd be so like, hi. And you can even hear it like in the back of the throat, like so up here, so above the head. And I really, once I noticed that in myself, I could actually regulate my energy by consciously controlling where my voice would come from and where I would speak from. And I mean, if I probably listened back to some of my other videos, I would hear how, like where my voice is in different places. Well, mainly it's gone from up here to a bit lower, I think.
Yeah. I have something really interesting to share with you, which is kind of linked with this, which I really, really like.
Okay.
So as I'm sure you all know, I'm all about the LGBT representing. There is a really interesting phenomenon in the voice in women who have come from heterosexuality into homosexuality.
Right.
Their voices drop.
What? Like naturally?
Without consciousness. And it doesn't happen to everybody. I read a research article once ages ago, so for God's sakes, don't ask me to find it now. But there is this phenomenon of women who have lived in relationship with men where they'll have quite a high-pitched voice and very softly spoken. And when they start to regain their identity and step into their energy, which isn't fixed in feminine because they are needing masculine partners, not in the sacred way, but in that kind of social dynamic way, when they step into themselves, their voices naturally drop.
That is absolutely fascinating and has given me goosebumps. That is so, I love that. That's really interesting, isn't it?
And it's I mean, so much of it is based in social programming, you know, and base programming as well, actually. You know, we naturally speak to puppies and babies with slightly higher pitches because it's safe. But when we are a woman in a world that is run by men and we're asking for men for safety, the voices are always going to be higher because we want to be seen as something that needs protecting, because it gives that slightly toxic masculine trait, like,
I'll save you, dear.
I'll save you.
Let me come and rescue you. That's interesting, because I was actually just thinking about how, because I said about, you know, if someone's stuck down here, they need more compassion. And I think if someone's operating from up here,
self-assurance.
It's safety. It's safety that they need, which is the masculine energy.
There we go.
And we all meet in the middle. In our heart space. I love this work so much. I'm so passionate about it. Hence, whenever Beth asks me a question, I like squirm around on the sofa, like trying to articulate my passion for it, because I love it so much. It's very exciting. And, you know, once you start diving into the voice medicine and voicing your traumas and all the dark shit that I really love, then you start to move into the magic. You start to be able to channel, because you've channeled your own pain. Then your channels are open to be able to channel from your heart. And then once you're comfortable channeling from your heart, you can then allow that channel from spirit to come through, which is just such a beautiful experience and a beautiful gift. And that is something that I facilitate safely. We have to go down to go up first, to ground, to be able to channel. So it's so expansive. Like, you know, just sitting with you, it's such a gift now to be able to be like, let's just play any instrument and then just 3, 2, 1, go, and just channel whatever wants to come through. And it's just beautiful, and it's so nourishing, and nothing needs to be planned or said. It's just go into it.
Love that.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. No, where'd it go? I think I wanted to talk about just what a fantastic facilitator you are in this work.
Oh, maybe. A little ungrounded. Oh my God,
there's been a really standout moment for me, like recently-ish, and you probably don't even remember this. You might when I tell you about it. Where, you know, we've worked a lot on this over time. You've been incredibly gentle with me throughout this process. There's still a long way to go, but I'm so happy with how far I've come. But there's these, like, you're such a great facilitator, because you just, I don't know, you have so much faith and you're a safe space in that faith for somebody. And that does a lot for a person. There have been times where we've sat, and there was one specific one in the woods with you, and I had a shaky egg with me, and I was like, oh, I don't know and I could feel all the resistance in me. And you opened your eyes and you put your hands on me and you went, you have perfect rhythm and tone, and I can't even remember the exact words, but you were just like, don't forget these things. And I was like, okay. And what came out of me was actually really unexpected for me. And it's, I appreciate that so much in you as a facilitator. If you get the chance, guys, go to one of Grace's workshops, because she's absolutely incredible.
Thank you so much. I remember the exact moment, and when you said about it, I was like, oh, I think it's that time. Because I remember this is what I was referring to with my solar plexus and my throat, because I can always pick up on that, like I said, that moment before someone wants to express, and it's sometimes they don't even know that they want to express it. They don't even know what wants to move through in them, and I could feel it alive within you. I could feel it, and then I could also feel she doesn't trust herself. Okay. And I remember looking you in the eye, like, you have perfect rhythm. And then what came from that was a really deep healing for me.
Yeah.
Because you then sang for me.
Yeah.
And shook the egg for me. And that's what I'm here for, babe.
Yeah. And you know, that translates, that's such a beautiful, quiet, calm, gentle moment. And then there's other times you've had me where you're like, right, you're gonna scream, all right? It wants to come out, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. Okay.
Oh, I love those moments when you're just happily just like dancing around. I mean, we're going into ceremony territory here. You're just dancing around, like having a lovely time, and I'm just like, oh, she's got a scream that wants to come out, and I'm like, right, sit in front of me. And then I can't remember what it is. Sorry, I just spat on you then.
Oh, how dare you.
That's how I facilitate. Yeah, and I remember just being like, right, make this noise. Oh, and she was like, oh, this is so cathartic, isn't it? I feel like a Muppet then.
Do you know what? I saw Spaghetti Monster.
Spaghetti Monster.
Because it was the wibbly arms.
I'm here to let it all out. Yeah.
Cracking, all right?
Cracking.
So we block record. We are just about to sit with the Shruti box.
Yeah.
And we are going to record a
transmission,
which will be a little bonus for you guys, our listeners, for you to like hear what we've just talked about, essentially, because it's very much easy to kind of talk about it, but unless you actually hear what that sounds like, it's quite difficult to understand.
It's quite a radical concept, isn't it, if you're not used to it? Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. Probably won't be screaming. Can't guarantee, but probably won't be.
You never know with me. You really don't. That's the whole point, isn't it? Can't predict it. Otherwise it won't happen.
Yeah. There we go.
On that note, thank you for watching and listening.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I see the goddess in you. I see the goddess in you. I see the goddess in me. As I see the goddess